approach to the ambiguities of life. Conclusion. Now that you have presumably read through all 20 chapters and have gone through the material, I'd like to try and tie everything together in a way that makes sense and will help you with some general goals for the long-term future. Most of the 20 things mentioned in this book are generic building blocks that our parents or teachers have told us as a way to communicate a general idea that we need to understand to start learning basic morals and values. Pretty much all of them are useful in that way, as long as we do not try to take something that's meant to be a general principle to teach us all the idea of something and make it a one-size-fits-all value throughout the rest of our lives and in every situation. One of the biggest things that I see and believe in and promote with my clients is that moving from general life principles into doing whatever specifically makes your life better, as well as the life of those around you better. Most of what I am encouraging is becoming better at problem solving and creating values that are functional and work well by taking the simple and evolving it into the specific. One of my other important fundamental goals that both I try to live by and also promote with the people that come to see me is to develop control over both one's inner space and one's personal self-image. The questions that I want to ask are: how well do we police our innermost thoughts to prevent intruders from either breaking in and stealing something or leaving something unwanted there that will ruin or damage that space? Also, how well do we design and build our inner world and take specific control over what happens inside? I know that that is a big question that will require another book to cover entirely, but I want to know if we are living with the self-esteem and diversion of ourselves that other people have created, either during our developmental years or of our parents, or maybe that is created within a marriage. Or are we living in the version created by ourselves that we independently created? What we tell ourselves is the fuel that drives our internal engine. It determines our internal world, whether we become depressed or not. It also determines our self-image and daily functioning. We're like an old wind-up toy, and what we tell ourselves causes the resulting propulsion that determines where we will go in life. These moments of self-talk determine how successful and how happy or content our inner world is, and how we are as a whole. I never expected that anyone who read this book would find that all 20 of my examples apply specifically and powerfully to them. What I did expect is that some of these would ring a bell, and it would cause you to make your own chiropractic adjustments on yourself and change some distorted values for the betterment of your own emotional well-being. What I'm shooting for in this book is to call out the most common sort of sloganistic cognitive distortions that some people tell themselves that causes anxiety and depression. Any one of these 20 can be enough of a malignant virus to destroy your life and ground you into a lifelong pit of depression and despair. Hopefully you found some of what I wrote helpful in filling some of those pits so that you can have a healthier and happier rest of your life. Sincerely, Mark Underwood, M.A., L.M., F.T., Daphne, Alabama. About the author. Mark Underwood, M.A., L.M., F.T., is a practicing psychotherapist and licensed marriage and family therapist who works at Crossway Counseling Center in Daphne, Alabama. He is a cognitive behavioral therapist who works specifically with individuals with clinical depression and anxiety. Mark lives with his wife, Amber, and their daughter in Lillian, Alabama.